Hi everyone, Natasha here, and around my home today I am outside on the front porch trying to work a little bit more on some of our gardening projects out here. So today my husband's cutting grass, so you can hear that in the background, and I'm trying to finish up some work I started on our pond. So let me flip the camera around and I'll share with you what I've done so far and what I'm hoping to get done today. Okay, so as you can see, we've had a ton of rain lately, so the hostas are just going crazy. And so far it hasn't been too sunny and hot where they're starting to get, burnt up a little bit on the leaves, but it's probably coming. So that's still on my list to see if I could maybe get the hostas moved. It may not happen till this fall, just might be the way it goes. Last weekend, before we had a week of rain, I actually managed to remove the liner and get this little pond taken out because this beautiful Japanese maple has just grown to where it basically completely covered the pond on about half of it. And so when you were up here on this deck, you really couldn't see any of it anyway. And then the leaves just kept falling in it and clogging up the pump. So it was something where we would have to clean the pump every day, which just became too much. So I still have some of this Japanese knotweed that keeps coming back. So I got to get in there and take some of that out. But I do also have a nice collection of rock now that I've pulled out from around this pond, so I can use that on the other one. And of course my lilies have started blooming, which is really nice. So let me take you around and I'll show you what I'm also working on today. So now I still need to get this whole filter system with the waterfall reworked. So what I did last weekend was basically remove all the rocks and take that water filter out. So now I need to dig some of this out and just try to rework it to where it's more of a valley instead of mounding over. And then the liner that I took out from the other little pond, I'm going to use to line around here so that hopefully everything just flows back into the pond the way it's supposed to. So let me get started on that and I'll check back in with you and see how far I've gotten in a little bit. Okay, you guys, it's been an afternoon. I've had to drive to town, get a part, but I think you can see behind me, we might just have the pond pump better. So let me turn this around and I'm gonna turn it on and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we reworked all that, got all the rock in there. The pump, I'll show you this real quick. So the filter sits in there and it is hooked up underneath the little bridge, and this is a fiberglass rock that goes on top. So now let's plug it in and see what happens. Alright, so cross your fingers. It takes a minute because it has to fill up the reservoir inside the filter basket. There it comes. Okay. So it's not too bad. I think I need to work on getting it a little more level. But overall, I think it's better. And hopefully now everything should just drain back into the pond and not drain backward. Yay! Okay, so we've also been working on laying more rock along the outer edges since we had the extra rock. Whoops. Yeah, since we have the extra rock now, we're kind of making use of that. And my husband's been helping me, so he's been working on getting this whole side cleaned up where you can't see that liner as much. That's kind of been our issue, as the hillside keeps sliding and then the liner starts to show. So the water's looking kind of yucky because it hasn't had a filter running for a week, but we'll get that continuing to run. That's looking really good, actually, and hopefully that will clean up shortly. So yay! All right, that was a big project and we're going to finish it up, but it feels good to at least be this far.